We've talked so much about all the different styles of kite hydrofoiling, and one of the most exciting ones to come to light is big air, obviously. When people think about hydrofoiling, they don't really think so much about going big and going huge, but after spending some time with you, I think it's definitely something that we can talk about. So this is Adam Withington, one of our Slingshot team riders. Can you tell us how you go so big?
Well, the hydrofoil kind of works like a spring almost. It does a really good job creating line tension with your kite because you have just a meter more of, spring to work with. So it kind of, they go really hand in hand.
Is there any tips for like landing with the hydrofoil beneath you? I know some people probably think it's a little bit weird, landing with a fin so deep in the water.
Yeah, it's actually, it takes a bit to learn, but after a while you realize that the foil itself works kind of like a shield, so you don't get that much impact on your body.
A little softer on the knees.
A little softer on the knees, and it's it works really well.
Yeah. So when you're traditionally boosting with a kiteboard, you edge pretty hard and kind of pop away from the kite. Is it a similar motion and style and timing with the foil, or?
It's pretty similar, I would say, but I just try to hold on to the biggest kite I can, and really try to go high.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maximum power and stuff. So is there like a preferred style of equipment, like carbon foils versus aluminum foils that you prefer?
Yeah, I mean, you can jump with any type of hydrofoil for sure. You still get the spring effect, but I feel like a carbon fiber one that is really robust and actually strong can really punch the water a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. And what about like foot strap setups? A lot of people are going to be coming from strapless surfboard riding or twin tip riding. Yeah. And how would you? I noticed that you ride with 3 foot straps. Is that like what you'd suggest to people?
Yeah, I think it's easier to do maneuvers like tacks and jives with 3 straps, and you don't really feel the difference. You feel really balanced when you're on 3 straps. If anything, I think that sometimes 2 straps you catch yourself stepping on your own toes sometimes. So
yeah.
This kind of just eliminates that chance of having sloppy footwork.
Yeah, it kind of gives you the ability to one right side foot and left side foot almost.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's it like going so big? Because yesterday we were out kiteboarding and you're going easily 50 feet, with a hydrofoil. We don't see that very often, so it's pretty mind-blowing. What's it?
It's, well, I've been doing it for a while. I don't know what the difference is now, but...
Is there like more swing weight with a foil? Like I noticed that you're doing a lot of board offs and stuff.
That's a good thing to talk about. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of swing weight with the foil, but you can actually use it as a benefit because when you're moving through the air and it weighs a little more than a twin tip, it can actually stay stationary while you're like rotating the board or doing something. So the weight actually complements also the jumping possibilities.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah. So we notice that you're always flying through the air, going really high, really fast, but at the same time you have this pretty crazy contraption beneath your feet. Is that something that you kind of worry about, like falling or any crashes or anything like that?
I would have to say that, you always have to keep in mind where all limits and ends of the board and foil are.
Yeah.
But, as long as you can keep that in the back of your head and just be aware of where everything is, it's pretty safe, I would say. It feels really natural after a while.
Well, we've been telling a lot of people in this lesson plan that they always should be trying to avoid the foil at all times. If they feel like they're falling, to kind of just embrace the fall and just try to, don't try to save the ride, just try to get out of the way of the foil, especially when they're learning.
Yes.
So I guess
I would say that's a really good tip.
Yeah.
What I try to do now is I actually try to keep the foil on my feet.
Yeah.
So I can know where it is and keep it away from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
so that's a pretty good.
That's what sometimes I would just, if I'm wiping out, I'll just skip on my back.
Yeah.
And keep one foot on the board.
Yeah, and keep the foil as far away from you
as
possible.
Then you know where it is, so you're a little more in a safe zone.
Yeah. Do you think that like when people are learning to boost, that maybe a smaller mass would help them as less, perhaps less swing weight or less depth? Is it easier or harder to learn?
Well, I would say that you could get the same type of feeling from it.
Yeah.
But ideally, the mass is about 1 meter long, so you do get a lot of room to work with.
Yeah. Well, that was something as well that you kind of talked about, is that when you're setting up for a jump, you don't want to have any contact with the water. You want to be really efficient at flying through and maybe tracing the surface of the water with your foil board, just so you have the cleanest possible takeoff out of the water.
Definitely try to be low as you can to the foil, because then you're compressing more. So
yeah,
I mean, that's what I kind of think about.
Yeah, so most kite, line tension, staying close to the water, no touch and goes, and then just practice makes perfect with timing, basically.
Yeah.
That's it.